Hey, hello. Welcome to the Kench Niner Niner stream number 500,012,000. I don't know how many. I don't keep count. It'd be cool if there was a way of counting things, though. If only mathematics has been invented. Hey, science. Good to see you. Welcome to Saturday. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday. I'm doing okay. Life is life. It's good. Let's just say the highlight of my day will probably be flying around a little bit of Microsoft Flight Simulator, doing the big brain games like I normally like to do. Oh, consuming some of the really badly needed Diet Coke of the day. I need this. Yeah, that helps. Playing a little Flight Simulator, dragging out the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller. Hopefully it's charged up. And, no big hurry. It's Saturday. Got plenty of time. Yeah. Let's see. What's in the news? Nothing really since yesterday. Oh, let's say I ordered Lego. I ordered that new. I kind of chickened out on the really one. I was going to get both of them, but I got the new One Piece Lego. I don't know if you know One Piece. I'm only familiar from One Piece from the Netflix live action version of the show, which I really liked. But there's a new Lego ship. It's kind of a pirate ship themed. It's a pirate themed show, and they have this really cool ship that they just came out with, and they just allowed people to start ordering them yesterday. So I got my pre-order in on that. There's a bigger piece called the Barati. It's brand new. I don't know if you've not seen One Piece on Netflix, but if you have Netflix, I recommend it. I believe the second season of One Piece is gonna start soon, which is kind of why they are bringing these Legos out this time of year. But I haven't heard directly. Maybe it may not be till September that there's another season of One Piece. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's kind of kid adventure stuff, but better than average, and just kind of had an interesting little weird twist and things like that. Little fancy twist. It's apparently based on a manga, anime or whatever, or manga comic which has like 26 seasons worth of material or something like that. There's an incredible amount of material they could use to do this, to make this show. Let's see what else is happening. I still have no idea what we're going to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, it's running. It's up. It's weird, science, by the way. You type in on YouTube and like one of your comments doesn't get anything, and then the second comment gets #1 viewer indication. I think it's just because I have relatively few viewers on YouTube, so it gets confused about who's #1. Then there'll be the big brain games. Oh yeah, I'm gonna whip out my guitar. I'm still really enjoying showing off my latest what I call the fancy cheap Amazon guitar. It's got that shiny effect. I'm still, it's a great guitar. I like it a lot, but it needs to be played in a bit, so I'm gonna be playing the guitar. And that'll wrap it up. Probably about 2 hours of the show. We'll see who drops by to say hello. You never know. But even if nobody does, it doesn't matter. I always enjoy kind of just doing the show for my own edification. Well, science is here, so, that's 2 people. All right. I was hoping, I have a lot of things I really want to do in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Most of the things I've kind of done before, but are variations of things I've done before. One of the things I was thinking earlier today would be, take the SST out and try to find I've already flown it, try to fly it really interesting places, like through the St. Louis Arch, through the under the Golden Gate Bridge. We've already done that. We did it on well, we've done it on a bunch of places, but where we have not flown the SST is on near the pyramids. Which I think would be a really fun screenshot. And then I also want to play. I also want to pull out the helicopter, not this one. The one I tried last time, the Cowan Sim H125. So where is my Concorde? It's probably under C, right? It's really hard to find because it's small. Where is it? I'll find it eventually. I think I know I passed over it 6 times. I just got too many planes in the garage. Right, here we go. What is the livery of the day? We have British Airways on, but I think we're going to put something else on. Again, we're going to Egypt. I I guess we'll do the British Airways 76, which is kind of cool looking. We don't have that many choices. There are British Airways or French or Singapore, which is the same. Air France does look pretty good. We'll do the British Airways. We're going to go to Egypt, and we're going to try to get a screenshot of me kind of swooping an SST right low over the pyramids. Why? I don't know, because I literally just thought of it right now. That's why. Because, you know, let's see. Now we need a nice long runway. The pyramids are here, right? Here. Red pyramid, bet pyramid, pyramid. There's a bunch of different pyramids. But the only runway long enough to handle, so it's Cairo. These are the pyramid. Oh, right. The other pyramids. You know, that's interesting. There are these other pyramids that we haven't really checked out. These little pyramids here. They're kind of experimental. This is where the main area is. We might have to check that out sometime. The only runway in the area long enough to handle it is Cairo International. But it has 10,000 feet, which is what we need to take off into SST. Give me 1 second here. We are going to start on the runway. You know, it is not really... There's no point in trying to cold start this plane. But we'll start on the runway, take a good look at it. I'm trying to get some marbles races here. I'm trying to keep my marble in a good position. Win or few races here and there. I should probably, I don't know, I'm too obsessed with marbling. All right, but so we're gonna do two little flights today, and they're basically just to do some screenshots. Well, the first one is, this one is. The second one is to kind of get more flight time in that H-125 helicopter, because I think it kind of works pretty well. Okay, we are going to have to adjust the time of day. It is pitch dark there. You can't see nothing. But we're going to do that quite easily once we're already in sim. Niner. All right, this is, before we turn on the light, turn on the sun, I just want to see how it looks really cool. Like we're on the runway there. You can see the lights from the cabin, as well as the takeoff lights. Got a lot of stuff going for it. But we are going to make it a little earlier in the day, just so we can see where we're going. Because otherwise I won't be able to find the pyramids. All right, so we're turning off real time. We're going to make it, instead of late at night, we'll make it late in the afternoon, so we get some nice shadows going here. Perfect. Right? Is that late enough? Where's the sun? Up there. Perfect. All right. So, now you remember how we take this plane off. The important thing is, as soon as we get a little velocity, as soon as we start rolling, in other words, we get the engines going, release the brakes, and then we got to hit the afterburners. That's these 4 little white square switches here, down there, and we got to get them going pretty soon, or the plane will not take off. It needs the afterburners to take off. Why is there another little... Why are we birthing another plane? Is that someone hanging out because they're watching the stream? Could be, because that's a real person. I am on the East Coast. I am on the East Coast server. If you want to join us, we're in Cairo, Egypt, and I don't know. That's either coincidental or somebody is watching the stream and wants to join us for the flight. I don't know if you're going to be able to keep up with an SST if you're listening, or you know what I mean. So, all right, let's get out of here. All right, so full power. Release the brakes, and now we got to hit our afterburners quick. Bing, 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 bing. Once the afterburners come on. All right, we got to go here. There we go. Afterburners come on. There we go. Look at those babies glow. Ah, such a macho plane. All right, let's fly. We're flying. We're gonna fly. Okay, right. So 185. We need to take off. 185. We're in here. 165. You need this whole runway, but we do get moving. All right, that's halfway down the runway. Now we can lift up the front, and that brings the wing up to bear. We got positive rate. Gear coming up. Once we have the gear up and the nose up, we can turn off the afterburners. I'm bringing in the aerodynamic shield. Don't need them anymore, just need to get off the ground. All right, we're going to the pyramids. It's southwest, so we'll kind of make a turn. This plane just turns like a pig. The afterburners going off there. We still keep the engines pretty much all the way on, though. You got to be careful, though. You can easily overspeed. Oh, you got your badge. Yes, you're official. I see your 10 badge. That means you got your ticket. No ice. I'm really happy. That makes me happy. Let's go check out the pyramids. It's basically, I just want to get a screenshot of us buzzing the pyramids. The Great Pyramids. It's this way. This is Cairo, Egypt, by the way. I've been here a few times. All right, we gotta watch out. We get too fast. Yeah, that whooping sound means we're over speeding. You have to go kind of slower when you're real close to the ground. This is what it is. So you got your 3-day pass. I'm really hoping we can go like all 3 days and hang out a lot at this point. All right, the pyramids are those, I think, down there. Yeah. The airport is back that way, right? Or it's right there, actually. We're making a big sweeping turn here. We're still over speeding, but not by as much. Actually, we're good now. We're just about at maximum speed at this altitude. Nice. You know, I think I mentioned I'm not getting the party add-on. You remember last year I didn't get to use it anyway, and I was just like, it was stupid. I regretted it. I feel I can use that money better. I'll just go out for dinner. You know, take some people out for dinner instead. This is such a cool ride, though, man. I mean, a lot of this stuff is functional, but it's all set to be automatic, because normally it'd be operated by a whole bunch of people. All right, we heading towards where I think we're heading. Let me just check my map here. Yes. We are heading to where I think I'm heading. But this is late afternoon. Now, I did change I do have... Oh yeah, no, I mean, well, you know, first of all, we got a lot of use out of the 3-day pass, because we each went 1.5 days basically. But I think, you know, this year I probably might end up at least kind of going at least for a couple hours on each day. You know, yeah, it's not even that much more expensive to get the 3-day pass over the 1-day pass anyway, which is kind of crazy pricing. But yeah, a lot of people are there for 1 day. You know, they just can't. You know, but we're there for the whole week. I'm there for the whole week. All right, you can actually see the pyramids ahead of us. You know, there's these buildings out there, and in the distance there's a big pyramid. You can already see it. What does it say over here, though? Oh, the Egyptian Museum. This is kind of basically, I guess, kind of the downtown part of Cairo. You got this riverfront. I guess it's the Nile, like sure. I mean, I'm not guessing it is the Nile. That's a really cool building, the Egyptian Museum. We like that. It's kind of red. And then we got some towers here. Really cool looking. Something tired. Cairo Tower. What does this one say? Casino Barriere. It's a casino. Interesting. Embassy of Saudi Arabia. Supreme Council. Something or other. So these are government buildings here. Oh, Supreme Council of Universities. Okay. Interesting. All right, we're gonna head out and check out the he's only going for Saturday. Yeah, well, at least we'll see him. It's been a couple years now. I think he missed last year, so I'm right. Yeah, okay. He was there in 2023. But you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing Captain and you know getting the gang together. I don't know if the Grim is coming. Well, Bello will come. If he comes, I think if he comes, then Bello for sure will come. You know what I mean? Because he does a lot. He puts a lot of effort on her stream, more than I do. You know what I mean? Okay, so you got the Great Sphinx on the left here. But I got to get ready because we're going to be taking a screenshot. Now the good news is, well, actually, we're going to come by and do another pass because what I like doing for the screenshot, and this makes it a little more challenging, is having the gear and the nose down. This is the great one there. That's the Giza. Well, this is Giza Pyramid Complex, but that's the really famous. I mean, they're all famous, but kind of this one's the main one. It's just come on this side. I gotta make another pass. The detailing on this one is really amazing. All right, everyone get out so we can take a picture. Everyone get out of the plane. I mean, it's just such a great shot to take a picture, but. You know where you are when you got the pyramids. So I want to get as much detailing as I can. There we go. So fill up the picture. It's a nice. I might take a couple of these. All right, there's one. Number one screenshot. Boy, my screenshots a bit, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm fully happy with that one. All right, the one thing I do want to do is if we head south here, there's actually a couple other little smaller, lesser known pyramids. Wait, more power, please. Kind of low. There's a couple other pyramids which I don't think I've ever seen. They're not next to the main pyramids, and they're smaller, and I believe they are. This is a Concorde, yes. It is an actual SST Concorde. And you can actually get it to Mach 2. It just requires a lot of effort and time. You have to get it to about 60,000 feet. That takes about 20 minutes. Then you put the afterburners on, and you get up to Mach 2. It's and you know you're way up in the air. I like keeping it low. Anyway, there's these 3 other pyramids that are believed to be older, I believe, than the Great Pyramids of Giza, and they were kind of believed to be used as experiments, like what was the correct angle. They built a bunch of these pyramids where they started at a certain angle and then it started collapsing, so they finished at a different angle. So they were clearly kind of experimenting and learning how to build these super large pyramid structures, which eventually they got. You know, obviously the Great Pyramids are still there, but they didn't just magically build the first pyramid and it stayed up. They had to build a bunch of them. And so these are different. This one's called, well, I don't remember this. It's like the Red Pyramid. I mean, they're not small, but they're a lot more, they're not as well known and they're a lot smaller than the Great Pyramids. But it's also thought, I believe, that they were both experiments and also used as tombs for pharaohs. But you can see, I mean, it's not Djoser. It looks a lot more like a South American style pyramid, but it's stepped. I think these are a little more kind of collapsed structures. Let's see. I've actually never seen these in game before. This is what it looks like from here. It's a nice smooth ride. So far, the game is performing well. Right, okay, so here's the Red Pyramid. But the scary thing is landing this plane. It is a very, 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 very unusual... Yeah, there's the Red Pyramid, and then this is the one at the end here. It's called, I think, the Green Pyramid. Where they started building it to get it to a fairly steep height. But then it actually started collapsing. They couldn't build it that night, so they built the top part at a different angle, and it still collapsed, mostly. So, yeah, I mean, pyramids aren't necessarily as easy to build if you want them to last, as you might think. All right, we're going to make another run over to the main pyramids there. I'm going to do some helicopter flying. Well, I'm going to try to land the plane. The only runway in the area that can handle a plane this big is the same place we took off from. You need 10,000 feet. And again, this plane really turns like a pig. I mean, which is fine. It's not designed to turn. Oops. I don't get my nose that high. There we go. Head north. So we got a lot of turning to do. That's what it looks like from here. Head back up to those pyramids, and I'm gonna put the nose down and the gear down, and we're gonna see what happens. There's those pyramids there, and they kind of point to where we're going, Cheops or Giza. So this way, a little more power. So what I mean by nose down is it says flaps there. So there's multiple stages. The first stage is the aerodynamic shield comes down. That's not connected to the nose, but that needs to come down first. There, it's coming down. I just like how it comes down there. And then from there, we can put the actual nose into a low position and drop the gear. I just think it's a more impressive picture. And now we just have to manage our speed carefully because it will want to slow down. Way to the pyramids. They're this way here. A little harder to see. The big pyramids. 263. Losing a little altitude. Right, so the point is now the nose is fully dropped for landing. And it's got that iconic look to it. Yeah, I figure if you got a Concorde, you might as well fly it. I have, so I do like to fly a lot. Before landing, we will be put in the gear. Actually, we probably won't. We'll just leave it down like this because we're going to land just to the east here, to the northeast. I want to see if I can get one more shot. It almost looks like there's like lava flows down here. Just like, so that's the city of Cairo. In that direction, and then you can kind of see the suburb of Cairo called Giza, which has the pyramids on the edge of it. I think what I'm going to come do is come to the left so that we can get a, so we won't be in the shadow. Or maybe we can have our shadow of the Concorde on the pyramid. It's going to be tricky. And if we go much slower than this, we will stall. We're basically right above stall speed at this point. But basically, this is landing attitude, 10 degrees angle of attack. There's no flaps, so you have to manage your altitude with your angle of attack. It's hard to describe, but you get used to it. I don't know if we're going to get much shadowing here. Low, come down a little bit here. We'll find out. Yeah, so these pyramids are just much bigger. And of course, you also get the Sphinx. Everybody says, you know, comes to Cairo, says it's really not that great a place to visit in general. But the pyramids were great. Where's the shadow going to be? Ah, there you go. There you go. All right, out of the plane. Get to photography mode. Actually, that looks pretty badass right there. All right, there's one. I'm gonna get another one from the other side. I'm just taking pictures like crazy. This is what I'm here for. Alright, but I want to take one from this side too. With a shadow. Maybe want to get those. There we go. I want to get nice and big in the frame. See the shadow, you can see the pyramids. The pyramid. That's a screenshot. All right, let's land. All right, which way is our aeropuerto? Flight controller here. This way. Oh, too slow. More engine. Same attack. So this is what our approach is going to look like. You want to get your approach stabilized a long way in advance. Okay, we're just basically going to attempt to land. We do land right around 180, but there are reversers, thrust reversers, and good brakes. So all we need to do is get on the runway. Just going to make sure my lineup is good here. Angle attack looks okay. Speed's alright, just do throttle. Landing in about 3 minutes. Trays and seats in the upright and locked positions. Please. Hopefully we get one of these runways here. I guess this main runway is long enough. Other traffic. This goes. It's very hard to do this. Well, you can kind of do this and kind of lean your head at your head out, and because the nose is down, you can see over the nose. But it's still really hard to kind of keep. You got to kind of keep your angle of attack just right, because there's no flaps, so you can't really adjust your altitude. Throttles adjust altitude, reducing, a little high and fast. Getting ready to hopefully get on the ground and deploy those reversers as quickly as possible. Still kind of high up, right? We're doing all right. A little early. That's right. Thrust reversers. Thrust reversers on. Good enough. Thrust reversers off. Nose up. To that position here. Nose is coming up. This is position still braking. Or not braking. Good enough landing. You know, I want to, I was all right. It was fun. I mean, it is what it is, but I was looking for some good shots. I think we got a good time tonight. I want to get some time in on my helicopter. And so I just wanted to do a little quick flight. Little short on the landing there. Well, we survived it. We didn't hit those towers. We flew over them. But you know, better short than too long on this plane. So we're back at Cairo International. Oh, it's a pretty well done airport in the game too. You can tell there's a lot of custom, unique kind of buildings here. There's an L1011 back there. I think we're going to park in front of this blue building and maybe take one more screenshot. Oh, I definitely missed my turn. Well, we're going to park in front of Hangar 8000. Egypt Air. I mean, that's just a... Okay, hold on a second. We're going to get rid of this. Get everyone out of the plane. Yeah, I want to kind of get this building in the shot, too. This is a cool building. Where we want to go. Maybe kind of low. Gonna get that ground level view. You can see the thrust reverser mechanisms. Oh, and those wheels on the back, those come out with the landing gear, and those are to prevent tail strikes, which is when you rotate too quickly off on a takeoff. It happens, and that's what that's for. So that will you'll hit that before you hit the tail. But you're not supposed to hit that either. Oh yeah, I got to take a picture. There we go. I think let's do it right here. There we go. All right, switch into helicopter. I just rarely fly helicopters, especially in 2024. All right, how do we turn off the engines? Hold on a second here. I'm just curious if there's an engine off system. Like, wouldn't it be up here? Like these throttle main masters. Does that turn them off? How about ignition? Does that turn them off? It's emergency shutdown switch. Ah. Oh, these switches here, the fuel control switches. Okay, so that's how you shut it down. All right, I don't know if I knew that before. Trying to find things, but yeah, so it's you know, it's very unique to fly, to land. Oh, it's got this kind of, it's got the chocks on now, those wheel chocks. Oops, down there, kind of cool. That I did not notice before. And really flies different. I mean, definitely flies different. By the way, cheers. All right, I'm going to switch to the H-125 helicopter. Where are we going to fly? I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Well, Charles, you're here. We'll fly a little around Salem in my helicopter. All right, so first I want to pick the helicopter out. It's this H-120. It's really the only helicopter I've found that actually does perform correctly. And we have a bunch of colors for it too, so let's pick one. Oh, I think we do. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is the one that comes in like 50 colors. Oh my lord. Yeah, no, I think I have 100 colors. So we're guaranteed to pick one we've never flown before. How about this one? There you go, G-Shird. Nice and bright. Let's see. Corvallis. Is Salem up here? Is Albany? Where's Salem? Hold on. Oh, there's a bunch of different Salems, though. Yeah, it's a different one. There's this one, though, which is in the area. This is Salem here. There's the riverfront area. Where's the actual airport, though? I bet it's somewhere around. Oh, is this it here? McNary Field. Oh, that's a good one. We're taking off from here in the helicopter. Actually, I forgot. We're a helicopter. We're going to take off from a helicopter landing pad, like here. Salem Hospital, Oregon. Cool. Yeah, because we're a helicopter. We don't have to take. I keep forgetting. We don't have to take to go from a landing pad. All right, we're gonna. I'm not cold starting helicopters. It's a slow procedure, but it's fun because I mean, it takes a while to get those. You know, it's dramatic. It takes a while to get those copter blades spinning up. Yeah, McNary Field. I'm sure you're familiar with it. We probably won't. We'll just check out the waterfront area. We'll see what it looks like in game. I don't know if I've flown Salem actually. You know, I was watching you on Thursday. You know, looks like a very nice looking waterfront. All right, this is our the top. It's not really that detailed building wise, but it's, you know, we'll get in the air. It'll look better, I think. All right, ready to fly should mean the helicopter blades are going. Here's collective. All right, so for me to successfully fly, a couple things is I need my rotor. I have these foot operated rotors, which I really only need for helicopters. But if you go in here, you can see on the floor pedals, you see there's those foot pedals. I'm actually moving those with my feet, not with my hands. I'm not doing anything, and that's really necessary because those keep you, you know, those adjust your tail rotor forces. Anyway, let's see if we can get up here. Okay, a little more collective. We want to really be here. There we go. We're taking off from the thing. We want to head up to the north, kind of northwest to the water. We're flying our helicopter. This is what it looks like from out here. We're going to head up to the water. Just kind of go up the riverfront. This is what it looks like from here. It's actually a lot. The other thing is it's so much easier to fly helicopters from the inside. I don't know exactly why. I mean, it's part of it is the view. Let's take a look out there. That's kind of like a main street there. But this is the kind of the waterfront. Oh, look what there's down here. There's like a little like a amphitheater, like a grass amphitheater. We're gonna make a sharp turn here, head up to the north. I think you were kind of right around this area, right? Because I know there's like a boat terminal. And like it's really hard to fly steadily from the outside. And then when you get inside, it becomes quite natural, and more intuitive to kind of operate the stick and the. But I can operate the rotors and kind of do that kind of thing. But I want to kind of fly pretty low. We should stay over the river. It's a little safer. The thing you got to watch out though when you're going over rivers is there's power lines that will cross river, and that they sometimes string across rivers, and there's no roads necessarily. So and if you hit a power line in a helicopter, it's not good. You'll die. Okay, there's that there. That looks like a shopping area. Anyway, we're heading north over the waterfront, but I think most of Salem is actually kind of to the east side here. And it does go quite a ways. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot how to set my trim. Oof. Where is it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Is it? Huh? No, that's not setting trim. Oof. I gotta figure out how to set trim, because if you can't, it's very hard to establish. We'll be fine. It's very hard to establish a continuous flight. Okay, so there's a what is that? There's like that's a car dealership there. So this is where all the car dealerships are in Salem. You can probably tell. Probably know where that is. I gotta figure out. Yeah, that dock was in your background the other day. So that's basically the waterfront area. I'm just checking it out. Just flying around the city here a little bit. There's the scrap yard for your car pick lot. You can pick your parts, pick apart lot. More commercial activity here. Yeah, that was I saw the Toyota logo on the side of it. I'm like, yeah, that's a Toyota dealership. But probably all the car dealerships are right around there. So now we're heading south again. You can kind of see the whole area because this is another like amphitheater there, and it's probably from a school, maybe a school associated with it there. But I like that. That's obviously a place you can watch shows, like outdoor shows there. Kind of cool. Salem and Teasers, right? There's two little communities. Well, there's more stuff to see. Hold on. Again, it's really hard to see. It's really hard to control the helicopter from the outside, which is kind of why I'm struggling. But from the inside, it's quite easy. This has got to be like another school, I think, down here, or because you see base sports areas there. Hopefully, I'm not overspeeding. Now, actually landing back on a helicopter landing pad is probably not gonna be a thing. Again, this screen like school or sports institution. Actually, that almost looks like a college. It says Vikings there. So the Salem Vikings play there. Who they are, I don't know. This is where we took off from, the Salem Hospital, Oregon. Right here. It's so much smoother to try to fly this from the inside. But yeah, establishing hover, Kaiser is how it sounds. Kaiser, like Kaiser Hospital, but with the Z instead of an S. But the Salem Let's see. The Willamette Bearcats play here. Look how detailed this is, you know. I mean, they got the Bearcat logo. This is a track and field layout, you know, so they do track as well as play actual football because it's 100 yards. Then they got the tennis courts laid out. So Willamette is just south of Salem, right? But the Bearcats play here. So the Salem is the Vikings, but the Willamette's the Bearcats. It's probably a rivalry too, you know. I don't know. Well, keep flying the helicopter. All right. Well, it's a challenge. I remember now the problem, which is you need to be able to set trim. Now, trim is normally set on this yaw pitch trim disc here, but I need to be able to set it from my controller. Okay, here's one: the South Saxons. The South Saxons. You guys have lots of different names for your teams. All right, I'm abusing this helicopter. I'm abusing this helicopter. All right, we gotta land it. I'm feeling like we stay in this helicopter anymore, we're gonna die. But we're gonna just land somewhere at a big open area at the actual airport. All right, so to land, we're gonna get a nice wide angle view, so we can look down a little bit. Like look down, see that window down there? We're gonna need to see through that window. We're gonna start bringing our collective back and kind of bring the wing up, or bring the rotor up. That's gonna slow us down. While we bring the collective down to not gain any altitude. There we go. Now we're slowing down, so we can bring it down again a little bit. We're just gonna pass over this little lake here and land in that. Well, maybe we'll try to get as close to that little helicopter landing pad as I can. I'm not making any guarantees. You don't want to get too much forward velocity because then you got to scrub it off. But you also don't want to come to a stop because we're gonna get over there. So it's basically just a nice gentle procedure. Oh yeah, I want to start adding as I slow down. I need to add a little foot pedal work here. I believe we do have weather turned on. I don't know about time of day. I don't know if I turned time of day on. But yesterday or Thursday, Charles was out. And it was gorgeous. It was stunning. I mean, it did look a lot like this, and you know the temperature's good. This is a really good time of year. August is a great time of weather. In all of the West Coast, but in Oregon too. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Seattle is not always great. Oregon's got better weather in the summer than Seattle, especially inland Oregon, which is most Oregon. All right, a little less collective. I'm going to try to land ahead there, McNary Field there. So you want to kind of slow down a little bit here, bring our vertical speed down here, which I'm watching very carefully. Negative 500 is about all we want. Yep. Whoop. More of that. All right, just take it easy. Just take it easy. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. This is why we're practicing. I land like right around here, just like whoop. I'm trying to adjust my collective so that I can actually hover. Okay, that's actually on the ground. That's about as accurate as I can get it, trying to get it on a point. It's really hard to fly the helicopters, which is why I really need to practice. Well, we're not going to. It makes me nervous. The other thing is, I got to remember next time off stream. I got to remember how to figure out to set my pitch. In fact, I'm going to take a quick look here. If I go into my controls, it's at your settings, controls. I'm going to see if I put it on here. Controller. I want to see if I have. The helicopter trim set to assigned to anything. Helicopter trim, yeah, no, it's not assigned to anything. That's a problem. Or let's see. There's a bunch of these. Which one do I want? Yeah, elevator trim. So I have, oh, wait a minute, right button, plus right stick. Oh, I didn't try that. Okay, so I do have it set to the right button plus, oops, okay, cancel, go back, save it back, resume. So let's see, right button plus right stick. Okay, and that does, and then I have a lateral trip to. Okay. Now I kind of know how to set trim. All right, that's fine. No co-pilot for this helicopter. Yeah, not all, even though there is room for a co-pilot, for some reason, I don't know what controls, whether they have, you know, a second seat pilot. By the way, I'm just kind of curious if I know how to turn off. It's always easier to turn these off. I think there's, let's see, under here, what's this button here? Blow floats. Check this out. Blow the floats, and it inflates those floats there. You see those? That's kind of cool. And now you can land on water, which we got to try sometime. I just remembered it could do that. But it has these inflatable water landing float systems. Really cool. And you can't undo it, right? Once they're blown, they're blown. But just fine. It's a cool system. Taxi lights. I'm just checking out what's on here. Landing light. So let's see. Engine control is going to be fuel pump on, for example. But do we need, if we turn that off, does it stop the engine? Usually engine controls, if I remember correctly, are above you and in the middle, like up here. Yes. So this is going to be an engine control here, right? Not the rotor brake. Oh. The fuel valve. These are lights. Oh, and there's your engine start. See, I've never even seen this part of this here. What's this? Yeah, it's a testing system. Show headset, engine start. All right, so typically to turn the engine off, you're going to turn the fuel valve off. That's going to obviously get the engine slowing down, but then just to get the rotor to slow down, you really got to, can we do this? Oh yeah, it's still too. Once it gets to a certain slow, once it gets to under, I think 40 RPM, you can turn the rotor brake on. Let's just try it. The detailing on those float bags is really cool. Now next time, which could be tomorrow, let's land her on the water. Now almost down to 40 or 43%. I think this one is 40%. Then we can use the actual rotor brake to slow it down the rest of the way, I think. Somewhere around there. Once it gets to 39. Alright, so we should be able to activate the... No, I guess it's not. It's slower than that, too. A rotor brake has a maximum speed. I think, or maybe it's not doing it right. Anyway, let's see. Okay, then we can turn off battery master, alternator, lights, avionics, fuel pump. Now can we operate the rotor brake? Let's find out. I wonder if it's got some kind of interaction. No. You should be able to pull that. It's definitely slowing down on its own, though. I love all the... You can kind of see the collective operating. Can't really see the... Or the cyclic operating there. Rotor brake. You went slow. I don't know how that works. Okay. Let's do some big brain games. It's time. It's time we switched over. We got a couple flights in. The helicopter is a vibe, but now I should have remembered now how to set the now I remember how to set the trim, the pitch trim. It's just really a really critical feature, which is right. It's right on the handle of any helicopter. But no, I still can't use the rotor brake, right? when it's really slow. Yeah, rotor brake seems busted. All right, good to know. Not an important feature. This I like all this. Any of the there's a lot of texturing on the cockpit windows. It's pretty cool. And in general, like they have color coding on the rotors, which I think is realistic and stuff like that. Just lots of little fun details. There's that rotor slowing down. That rear rotor is so dangerous because it really spins fast. It's spinning on the same speed, but it spins so fast you can't see it. So if you get anywhere near it, it'll kill you. And while it's spinning, you cannot see it at all. It's invisible. So yeah, the most dangerous part of a helicopter, the rear side. You're never supposed to go back there. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get this fully to stop. All right, moving on. Let me just switch my categories if I can. All right. But it was relaxing. And again, each time I fly the helicopter, I feel like I learn a little bit. Am I on YouTube? Yes, I do. I'm multi-streaming to YouTube. I don't know if you didn't know that, Charles. I got it set to YouTube, multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch. I've been doing that for, since for a year and a half. Let me put it that way. It's 18 months. And it's gone pretty well. But the thing that is new is that Twitch recently allows me to stream at 1440p high def. And because of that, because of the way I'm multi-streaming, YouTube also is picking up the high def stream too. So, and they both look better than they were. And this is only the third stream of my, career at this slightly higher definition. 1440p sounds a lot more than 1080p, but it's really just a bit rate increase of about 20%. Diet Coke. I need Diet Coke to inspire me for the big brain games. Hopefully, they'll go okay. We're going to find out. The big brain games consist of me playing one of these Quirtles. We're going to do the revealed puzzle game. We're going to play the tightrope trivia game, the second to hardest. Tomorrow was the hardest one. It's going to kick my ass. And then we'll finish off with 2 Octurtles, which are like Quirtles, except you solve 8 words instead of 4. Oh, look at that. We got slice on the lower right. There's only one thing it can be. That's always good. Now we got CLEAR, right? Yeah, on the lower left, it's also spelled out for us. There's really only one thing that could be. These are going to be harder, though. Let's see. We got an A and an L. It could be pupil, P-U-P, right? Pupil. But it could be something else, right? Yeah, let's try it. And it's kind of a weird word. It's not pupil, like P with an I, like a student. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see. It's probably A-R-T-Y. So, Darty, maybe. That's not a word. Hearty is not a word. Yeah, it's something A-R-T-Y. Or maybe it's ratty. Or no, yeah, it could be ratty, right? That's a word. Ooh, no, it was A-R-T-Y. That's all right. We got next guess. Yeah, we got the clear. This one here, A-R-T-Y. Oh, it could be warty, W-A-R-T-Y. I bet that's a word. Yeah. All right, we had plenty of guess. All right. There's a bunch of other Quirtles I like to do, but we're going to, and I'll do those later in the day. There's, because there's the extreme, the chill, and the sequence, in addition to the classic that we did. And then there's going to be, so I ended up doing it, but that's why I like to get them done quickly, because I do a bunch of them every day. The Revealed is a fun game in which you get this heavily redacted document. You get a clue, which in this case is that it's somebody's name. And that, it's let's see, an 8-letter first name and a 5-letter last name. But then you get this heavily redacted job, which we're going to read through because we can see some of these clues if we want. And we're going to need to. Okay, so the person, blank, born July 24th, blank, U.S., built a massively successful blank career as an blank, maybe an actor, because an blank and blank to become a blank known to blank as simply blank. She, that's a female person, Bill began blanking in blank in the late blank and quickly became one of the blank blank in the history of blank. She later found blank blank in the blank with a series of blank, garnering on the way both blank and blank for her multiple blank blank. This is a famous singer in the blank with other. I kind of still want to see. Hmm. I want to see this one. Global superstar known to blank as simply blank. I'm trying to think of a female global superstar who also has a single name. Whew. I want to check this one. Pop albums. I don't know if I'm going to know this one. Let's check this letter here. Oh. I know, platinum records. So who has a born? I mean, I could just cheat and look up who was born on this day, which I don't. I've been known to do. Okay, we got 2 so far plus this letter. I just want to see if I can think of suss out one of these will give us blah 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 multiple blah blah or blank with other. This is just collaboration with other singers in the. There's nothing in here that's going to be useful. Built a massively successful singing career as a blah blah or whatever. To be known to the public as simply something. So she also had one name. I know that's exactly how I feel about this. In the I want to figure out when this is here. Late 1980s. It's not Madonna. All right, let's see where they were born. Bronx, New York. That gave it to me. Jenny from the Bronx. It's Jennifer Lopez. That one gave it to me. I didn't have to cheat, but I think I needed a little bit. I needed 4 clues and a thing. Let's see how other people did. The thing is, it could be so many people, but as soon as it said Bronx, New York, that made the connection. Jenny from the Bronx. So we needed 4 reveals and 1 hints. Other players we did worse than other players, which is very rare. We did solve it, but other players typically only needed 3.5 reveals. I mean, we did about as good. But okay, I'm okay with that. Those pop culture ones, I'm okay with. And those could be hard. All right, this is the second to hardest tightrope trivia quiz. It's a 9-question. J-Lo. It's a 9-question timed multiple choice trivia quiz. Oh, I gotta get some Diet Coke in me. All right, it gets hardest by the Sunday quiz is the hardest one. I do it every day. Let's just see how it goes. But I gotta get them fast. Refers to the following people wanting Rupert's to appear not too human. Uncanny Valley. That's not exactly the Uncanny Valley. Okay, opens in the night. Succulent, that makes sense. Boy, these are kind of hard already, though. I'm having to do some guesswork. Oh, yeah. Michelangelo hated working on the Sistine Chapel. Well, it wasn't fun. And considered himself a sculptor. Was blank when it came to getting the details exactly right. It was scrupulous. Cosplay outfit. I love that Taylor Starlight does these every day, too. To hot man means what Disney movie? I did not know that one. That is a really obscure Disney question there. Wow. Do-do-do. Muckraker. I think I must have known that one, but it's a guess. Versus Antipas Bart Simpson. Nancy Cartwright's always done Bart Simpson. But she's the aunt of Sabrina Carpenter. Cool, okay. All of which, but the following countries. It was Brazil. I think I should have gone with my gut on that one. I was about to guess Brazil. Okay, another lucky guess. Well, we crossed the tightrope. We did terribly. Crossing the tightrope is not good. Unless I need to get all 9 or it's a loss. But hey, I'm just comparing my own self to myself. I'm not like, comparing to anyone. It was a cross. Not a good score. Hey, I like it when they're kind of hard. And I did okay. All right, 2 more turtle. We're going to do a couple of turtles, and we're going to go to the musical stream. We're diving into the music. All right, we're going to do the classic and the rescue. That's the 2 I like to do. Classic's just a warm-up. It's exactly like the Quirtle, except we're solving 8 different words at the same time, which actually makes it a little easier because you're more likely to find ones that are kind of spelled out for you or kind of obvious. Let's just look at what we got here. Nothing too much there. Interesting. Okay, here's ends in a Y. Interesting. It has an E and an R. It could be Mary or fairy. It could be a bunch of things. This one here, this could be baton. B-A-T-O-N. But I think it could be something else too. Oh, let's try baton. B-A-T-O-N. Because it could be baton. Okay, good. This one here on the right, we have an N-C-I-N-T. So I'm going to go with tonic for that one. Over here, well, unfortunately, upper left could be slung or slunk. It could be either K or G. Oh, yeah, or K or G at the end. They're both available. So I'm going to wait on that one. This one here is, I think, nasal on the right. Is N-A-S-A-N-L. Let's see. Still don't know if it's slung or slunk. Let's see. We got these to guess here, too. This could be pager. It could be a bunch of things. I just want to guess pager. The G was helpful in that now we know this is slung. We have extra guesses. And let's see. The G is also helpful down here on the lower right. So now it's probably eagle, E-A-G-L-E, right? And now, let's see. We have these 2 words that end in Y. Oof. Well, I'm just going to start guessing things. Folly. I don't think it's, yeah. All right, that's fine. This one here, though, is probably going to be fairy. Lower left. Yeah, we're going to still finish barely. This one here is pairer. No. Very good, because I could have been paver or pager or paper or paver. Could have been a bunch of things. And we have one guess here. And I think it's woolly. That's my guess. Yay. All right, we're going to do one last game. The last game is the rescue. This is the hard one. I only get about 50% of these. Because I don't get to use my powerful 3 and well thought out 3 starting words, it picks 4 random words for you. But usually there's a few that we can get right away. This one here, okay, we don't have a bunch of vowels like O. This, but there's an R somewhere. And a G. So, and since O is available, I really like cargo for the lower left there. And it will give us the O, which we needed. Okay, again, there are always a few obvious ones. This one has a G and an A, E, and we know there's an L. And I think the L is at the end. So I'm going to go with gavel, Gavel. I'm pretty sure of it too. Okay, well, the V wasn't useful, but still. All right, we got a couple more that I think are going to be obvious. This one here, there's an ER, but we know there's an FL and I. So it's, but it's not flyer. It's lifer. Is that a word? Or filer, Filer. I think that might be a word. All right, we're moving along. Okay. This one here. Don't know. Upper right. Here one we have a C and an A, and that's all we know. But it could be caddy because we don't have Y yet. Let's try caddy. Oh, it wasn't caddy. Oh, it could be candy. Let's try candy, right? That's pretty much all it could be. Okay, well, we still could pull this one out, but now we have to get them all correct. So let's see, because we got 4 words to guess and 4 guesses left. Let's see this one here. This one is looking a lot like fence to me. F, right? Fence, because there's a C, and there could be E. I'm going to double check something. Yeah, I think it's fence. All right, so that's one down. We got 3 to go. Interesting, there's an ends in an F. It has an A and no other vowels. It has a T. So it could be 2 F's. So it could be staff. Staff. And I like it. And it's moving along. Okay, that S was helpful. So now we have, it's probably, it can't be seen. It could be scone. Scone. And our last guess of the game. Yeah, the view counts are always, I don't even look at the view counts. I haven't looked at the view counts since I started streaming on either service. I don't care. And again, you know, once you look at the view counts, you kind of become obsessed with it. I've honestly never looked at a view count. All right. Let's see. This one is interesting. There's all we know is there's an S and a U. We know where the R is. So it could be something. Could it be brush? B-R-U. It could be brush. Could be a bunch of other things. And we only get one guess. But since it could be brush, we win. Oh, I really feel good about winning the rescue. It's harder than it looks. As I say, I feel like I only get about 50%. But recently I think I've been getting more like 60 or 70% of those. Whew. But the big brain games, you know, except for the trivia, I would say the brain is operating at a reasonably normal level of operation, which is, you know, pretty much where I need it to be. Hasn't gone too far downhill. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. Had a lot of shit on my mind. But was able to pull out the big brain games. All right, well, I'm going to take a short break, put my little mid-roll on. And when we come back, I'll be in the musical category. In fact, let me just get on that right now. And I'm gonna, you know, it's basically guitar day. I'll talk about a guitar, play the guitar, look at the guitar. Oh, you know, I might do a build a sound. We might build a sound today. Build a new sound from scratch, just to kind of talk about the sound shaping part, which I don't talk about too much, but it's very important. So we'll get back to we'll be back to that when I'm in the musical category. Oh, am I muted? I'm not muted. Oh, anyway, so Charles, if you're still here, I don't know if you're still, but one thing. One reason I got to affiliate very quickly, like within like 6 weeks or so, which is not normal. What was because I got Mistress Moore to raid me a couple times, and she was very nice. I mean, I asked her, and she was like, no problem. She might raid you. You just have to synchronize kind of when she typically ends her stream. But she rated me a couple times, which is how I get my my record number of viewers, which is like 120 or something like that. But that helps, just technically raids don't directly apply to your affiliate count, to the count of viewers you have to get affiliate, by the way. But enough people stay or follow when you get a couple big raids that it will help you quickly get that 2 or 3 average viewers. But yeah, even though I had 120 viewers after a raid, they don't count that, which is fine. I don't have no problem with that, and they shouldn't count it. Well, now that I know, Charles, now that I know your stream, I will definitely try to attend all of your streams and give you a +1. Typically, people can be like, oh, if they have 3 or 4 friends, local friends who can open up a window when they're streaming, even if they're not watching. I didn't really have that. All right, let's talk about guitars a little bit. I have like 15 or so still. I mean, imagine it hasn't grown. Maybe it's 16 now. Especially, I recently bought this new, what do they call the fancy cheap guitar on Amazon? Oh, what's the brand name, you might ask? You've never heard of it either. It's called Leo James with a Z. I don't want to know. But the point is, we don't even know what country they made it in. It doesn't say country manufacturers on the back there. Can assume it's China, but I kind of think it's not China. It might be Vietnam, Malaysia, Bangladesh. Not a country where you necessarily associate with electric guitars being manufactured, but why not? So I bought this about a month ago. I saw the picture on Amazon. I said, that's a dang good looking guitar. And they all look different. So it did not look like this, but I'm like, for $250, actually it was $270. You can buy them for $250 now, though. They got cheaper. I don't know. So I bought it, but the question is, should you buy one? No, I had to adjust the living hell out of it to get it to play right. Excuse me. I had to adjust the truss rod quite a bit. I had to adjust the saddle height, the height of all the strings. I had to adjust the intonation. I had to adjust the height of the pickups. I had to adjust everything that could be adjusted on it because it wasn't set up from the factory. I happen to have guitar skills. So it actually set up really nice. But this is still a really good guitar. The bones are good. It's got 24 stainless steel frets. It's got this really, really nice neck profile, quality wood. It's a bolt-on, which is typical in this price range, but it's got the offset asymmetrical bolt pattern, which is kind of fancy. It's got matched hardware colors. It's got coil split on your humbuckers, which are good quality. This saddle bridge arrangement is pretty standard and very adjustable. Comes with strap locks, back of the belly, beautifully nicely cut belly cut, and a contour, wrist contour here. Really, just really nice looking guitar too. Everyone who comes by and looks on the stream goes, "Wow, that's a really nice looking guitar," and it is. They're just really nice looking. But the point is, if you know what you're doing, you can get them to play pretty well. All right, I'm gonna play a couple songs that I like to play on the guitar and sing along to. This one's called "Modern Jesus" by Portugal the Man. Is the name of the band. Let's see what I want to get here for sound quality. Come on in, take a seat next to me. You know we got, I can probably reverb. We got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. When they're on the rise, they can't help but shine. And when the wave just take our ashes to the ocean, who cares if hell awaits? Having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume, but we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing you can't use. Don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I'll end up when I think only God really knows. I swam upon the depth, I slept on the burning sun. Oh, never. I never wanted water once. No, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swam upon the devil's lake. I'll never, I'll never make the same mistake. No, never. Cat Steven, let's try to get this done. Is that tune looking? bouncing on. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's do this one. There's a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Mothers, tell your children not to do as I have done. Spend your life of sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Now I got one foot on the platform and another foot on the train. I'm going down to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. All right, I want to do some. I would like to do some good old. Where's my thing? Start with a little REM karaoke. If I'm this is what I'm trying to get here. Which one I like to do? Hold on, move for the thing here.
ship was troubled by the horrible asp. Mr. Charles Darwin had the gall to ask. Did you hear about this one? Tell me how you locked in my punch. Maybe how you could fit on Elvis, hey baby. Are you having fun? If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up this sleeve, nothing is cool. Here's a little legend for the never believer. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's a little ghost for the offering. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's a truck stop instead of St. Peter's. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mr. Eddie Coffin's gone wrestling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, did you hear about this one? Tell me how you looked in the punch. And me how you goofing on Elvis, hey baby. You're losing touch. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up your sleeve, nothing is cool. They put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up your sleeve, nothing is cool. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up your sleeve, nothing is cool. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up their sleeve, nothing is cool.
Right, what else we got here? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We're just going to do a little more karaoke. I like this song. I've been doing this song recently. It's one of my all-time favorites since I first heard it in the 70s. Hold on. I want to start with the opening. Okay? I'm trying to learn the opening. Still working on it.
Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed. And I set my sights on Monday, and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do agree there's times when a woman sure can be a friend of mine. Well, I keep on thinking about you, Mr. Golden Hair Surprise, and I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one poor correspondent. I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't mean you've been on my mind. saying just can't make it. But I keep on thinking about you, Mr. Golden Hair Surprise. And I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? I've been one poor correspondent. I've been too hard to find it. But it doesn't mean it ain't been on my mind. Will you leave me in the middle? May I love you just a little, just enough to show you care. Till I tried to fake it, I don't mind saying, just can't make it.
I like that song. I'm actually going to do a song I almost always prefer to play, but this is a song which the only one I do, which I don't play. I just haven't learned it, but I'm just singing. I really like singing the song anyway. It's also one of the greatest songs. Excuse me.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
I used to not play on the guitar too. I just like singing it.
If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
That's the whole song. I'm not doing another one. I just do enjoy that song. We're gonna back to some classic REM songs. REM is my favorite.
This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. A simple prop
think my voice is. I can only do a few songs. I'm trying to get better. We should definitely do this one though. Probably the last one. Today, but I'm practicing. I'm trying to get better. I am going to finish for today. I had a fun stream. and I don't like to push it too hard. This way I got plenty of juice left in the tank for tomorrow. And the day after that. Juice in the tank for tomorrow. But I had a lovely time streaming today. And I got to fly around a bit. Did some big brain games. Got to play the guitar for you guys and for myself as well. And, basically, I got a little bit of Diet Coke left. As you guys know, the stream is powered by Diet Coke. Not sponsored by Diet Coke, though. It is simply powered by the fluid. Contain the cold, slightly fizzy brown fluid that we like to enjoy on a daily basis. Oh yeah, but only one can a day, because more than one can a day you'd be an addict. I don't want to be addicted to anything. Anyway, so for my final statement, I'd like to make the following outro, which goes like this. I'm so glad we had this time together. Just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Carol Burnett reference. I don't know if people are going to get that one. Anyway, see you next time. I'm not rating anybody, am I? I'm just checking to see if somebody in the musical category that I happen to kind of know. Because they want us to rate people in the music. Yeah, nobody I know is streaming in music. I don't know if there are any music streamers anyway, though. Just a couple. Anyway, so we'll see you guys next time.